And what would you say, grand scheme, year 2 with kotelnicki versus year 1 with kotelnicki, this whole preseason camp experience, how different, how much more are you able to accomplish this year versus kind of where you guys were all collectively at last year?
Yeah, I think it allows us just to be ahead of the game. We're not installing our base plays right over with the guys that have been here before. We can start to add new adaptations to plays, new motions, new shifts, new formations, and allows us to be, ahead of the game, especially when it goes later down the season. We'll be able to have different things and more stuff to mess with defenses, because for us it'll be like a day 1 install, but for a team that's coming in with a first-year coordinator or someone that they're not comfortable with, they have to restart from bare bones.
Any of these young running backs firing you up with the way they run? I'm kind of thinking of the way Tyke Hayes ran in the spring, but
yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. Anybody that we haven't seen play much of football, the way they run the ball right now and moving around the field kind of got you fired up?
Yeah, I mean, Tyke and Corey, Q obviously is an athlete. I think Q he's a utility. Like, he's a great receiving threat out of the backfield. I don't think people talk about him enough. But yeah, Corey and Tyke, they can ball, they can move well, and I'm really excited to see them go against full pass, see how they operate in open space, and see if it real good ball carrier vision. It's good to see that.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
You're a personality guy. Who are some of those guys that are similar to you that make you laugh or make the team laugh? Just kind of lead by example with the way they carry themselves automatically.
Firstly, TJ Shanahan. I'll definitely say TJ Shanahan. I'll go Venga Ioane, Cooper Cousins. No, not Cooper Cousins. I'll go Coop. Zane Durant and Zachy Wheatley. Those are all guys that have real great personalities, better than me, way better than me.
Who picks up the baton, after this season, maybe?
Hey, what do you mean picks up the baton?
As far as being a personality, being a spokesman for the team, if you will.
I think Coop does a great job already now. He's already out in communities. He's already, has a lot of respect for guys right now. So Coop, you have Dom Rulli. Those are all guys, and I'm just thinking from an offensive line perspective that are respected leaders on this team already.
How have you gotten better this offseason?
Yeah, there are a lot of things that I've had to work on that I was not satisfied with last year. One that comes to mind is my hand placement in the pass protection game. I think if I have my hands inside a lot more often, I want a lot more, or make it a lot easier for me in pass protection. I say if my back blocks in the gap scheme, making sure that the defender doesn't beat me over top is something that I want to stress, because it opens up the A gap when we run power and such. Another thing for me would probably just be getting my body back to full health. Obviously, we had a shorter off season than we've had in years past, going right into spring ball and stuff like that. The coaches did a great job of having modifications for the guys that took high reps and such, but really just getting my legs back underneath me and knowing what my process is to being as healthy as possible for as long as possible going through the season.
Is it fair to say this group is
Shelton said he was the best at basketball.
You don't ever want to say that, because you never know what could happen through a training camp. But we have guys that are able to reciprocate, retain information. It's just I can't say so yet, because we haven't all been in full pads yet. We've only had uppers and shells and stuff. I think uppers and then we shells before, so I don't know. We have to see. We have to go training camp and see who really can play. Because maybe you do it the first couple practices, but what's going to happen later on? So more to tell. I'll update you on that later.
Your relationship with Drew?
Shelton or Allar? Okay.
And I can ask about Shelton too. Drew Allar, he's your quarterback, he's your guy. You're going to know him better than a lot of the other teammates are at this point in time. How have you seen him get better? Is it mental toughness? Is it just better as a passer? As Andy Kotelnicki referred to, that just the vision he has and understanding and processing the game, that he can make those checks, that they're confident in trusting him. So what's kind of some of those categories that stood out to you?
I think football stuff is self-explanatory. He's always been an intelligent football player. There's never been a concern or anything that goes into that. People always talk about mental strength, but I don't think they understand what it actually is. In order to have mental strength, you must have resilience, and in order to have resilience, you must go through adversity. So no one's going to be mentally strong if they haven't made a mistake or had issues in the past. It's not possible. You know what I mean? So I think he's faced some adversity from last season, and I talked with him. We were talking about the power of the subconscious mind and what you feed it in a book called The Secret that's been very influential on myself. And we're just talking about how you talk to yourself. What do you feed your conscious mind that then translates into your subconscious mind? And he says that he's been finding a lot of success in his reading and taking his notes on it, and it's really helped him. And creating a positive self-talk for himself and really optimizing in the goals that he wants to achieve. And, I could go on this for hours about this specific topic, but the law of attraction is real, and I think he believes in it, and I as well. And, speak it, visualize it, believe it, and it will come to you.
And then on Drew Shelton, I mean, Shelton's starting to get some respect as far as being a potential first-round draft pick. How have you? Again, similar question. How have you seen him get better? Is that kind of chatter justified? From where Shelton has started to where he is now? What's kind of most impressive about that journey he's been through?
Yeah, I mean, he's just so intelligent how he picks the game up. Versatility, can play. He'll be able to play guard or tackle at the next level. Athletic in space. His approach to leadership as well. I would say he's like, people was like, oh, they just assume that I'm the leader of the offensive line, but Drew Shelton is one of the most respected guys on this team based off who he is and what he does and stuff. So I don't think he gets enough respect from a leadership standpoint. But yeah, how he attacks, he's attacking it as if he's not the starting left tackle at Penn. He's attacking it like he's the third string tackle. So he's just hungry, and that hunger is hard to. It's hard to keep that hunger when you've already achieved a lot. So I'm very impressed by him in that realm.
And then just one final question for me, because I don't want to ask you or you're off, but going into this final year, your goals, your expectations, there's going to be a national title, but how do you want to be remembered as Nick Dawkins, Penn State offensive lineman, when all said and done?
Honest, genuine. Honest and genuine. Honest, genuine leader. That's how I want to be remembered. I think that's more so how I'm remembered as a man than as a football player, because the reality is you're going to remember some players, but how many offensive linemen do you really remember? A couple, the guys that got drafted in the first round maybe that did it, but you're going to remember how people treated you. Did they have respect? Did they look you in the eye? Did they shake your hand? Did they ask you questions? Did they know your name? I want to be remembered as someone who respected people, who gave mutual respect, that was honest, authentic, and didn't take shortcuts.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate the
Take
insight.
care, bro. No, absolutely. Appreciate you, brother.